The light bar itself with the mounting feet on it is about 2 feet wide. Talk about the efficiency light now. So the light itself is 8 inches wide with the screws. We'll call it 8.5 inches wide with the bracket. The difference in size, I mean, this is taking up almost 3 times the real estate on your boat compared to one efficiency. What you've got here is a painted heatsink with fins that are horizontal. They come out of the box bent often. You can see these fins are just flimsy. You can bend these with your fingers. So you can see this foot right here is firmly on the surface, flat. Now the other side is way up off the surface, so you can see the whole light rocks back and forth. The feet will not index so that they're common because the indexes are out of sync with each other. So we'll talk about the efficiency light. Start with the heat sink. So first things first, you can see these fins are much more robust, very heavy duty. You can barely get them to move with your fingers, squeezing as hard as you can. The heat sink itself is not painted. That is anodized aluminum, and that's the most durable finish that you can put on aluminum. So the whole thing is machined and anodized. And then we've got a nickel-plated brass cable gland. It's all sealed. And then on the front side, we've got all 316 marine grade stainless steel, high impact UV stabilized plastics. And the lens is also high impact scratch resistant. Alright, let's talk about installation requirements and how complicated the install of an efficiency lighting system is versus the Outrigger Swampeye light bar system is, or any Swampeye system. So starting with the Swampeye light bar, as you can see, you've got everything built into the light itself. So what that means is you're going to have to run power. That's what this wire is right here. You got power going in, and then you've got another cable for the controller. So you're going to have to run power to each light. No matter where it is on your boat, you're going to have to run power to each light. And then you're going to also have to run a cable between each light, from light to light, if you plan on controlling them all at once with one controller. That's the only way to get them to communicate with the one controller. You've got to, like I said, you're going to have to get T connectors and daisy chain from light to light. So there's quite a bit of wiring involved there, and lots of rigging that you're going to have to pay for additionally to the light. What you do with the efficiency system is you choose a location for your driver packs, and you run power to that location only. That's all you have to do. You run power to that location, and they daisy chain there instead of at the light. So that simplifies the install quite a bit, without having to run extra wires everywhere. So as you can see, I've got two. Each light gets one of these, and they daisy chain, and then the last one is unused. If you add another light, that would daisy chain to the next one. And the first one goes, you got one more wire that comes out of the first one to the controller. That controller tells all the lights in the system what to do, basically, with the one controller. And then from there, the middle wire, you've got one cord that's included with each light, by the way, 10 foot. That goes to each light. Talking about the controllers a little bit here, you can see we've got the outrigger controller here. The entire system is dependent on this right here. What I'm saying is this is what turns your color, changes your color, and turns the system on or off. So I've got the other controller for the Swampeye HD here as well. It appears to be pretty much the same deal. You've got wires showing, bare circuit inside here that's very vulnerable to moisture damage. This ain't gonna last long in a marine environment, but you can see how easy it is just to take a look in there. You can see all the surface mounted components in the circuit board right there. There's no waterproofing in there whatsoever. There's nothing stopping water from just getting right in there. You can see right through the thing. Doesn't take a whole lot to mess with that, and you're losing your cap. Now here's the efficiency controller. So every single connection inside there is screwed, soldered, and glued in place, and you've got robust switches to change the color and dim it up and down, and then you've got another robust switch to turn the system on or off. Everything is waterproof and sealed. You ain't got no wires hanging out. We don't cut any corners with anything with these lights or the controllers, and we build them to the very best of our ability. They're made out of UV stabilized plastics, high impact resistant, and they're very, very durable. So this is what you got with efficiency. So I have the light mounted here, and I just wanted to demonstrate how the controller actually controls the light. So basically, you push this thing down and you turn the thing on, and you got to rotate this dial to change the color. So one thing I noticed right off the bat is with this dial here, trying to get it to do what you want it to do is pretty difficult. As you can see here, I'm sitting here rotating this dial, and it's kind of doing whatever it wants, really. It's not doing anything right now. You can see the light is in the highest white color, and I'm sitting here rotating this thing, and it's not doing anything. So I'm trying to go backwards with it. There, it's starting to now. I mean, I'm rotating this. So if you're actively fishing and this is color change as part of your fishing regimen, it's going to be pretty difficult to get that color to change right while you're on fish. Now with the efficiency, we've got the efficiency controller here, and we've got a light next to it that's off right now. It's dimmed all the way down, so I'll dim it all the way up, and you can see here the light is on. So here's how you change the color with efficiency. This is instantaneous. Got a nice robust switch there that ain't gonna fool you. You're not gonna be guessing what it's doing. You know what it's doing just by feeling the switch. And then you've got the dimming ability here too, so you can, it's very, very intuitive. And we actually incorporate all these features, the dimming, color change, into our fishing regimen, and we're actively flipping colors constantly while we're fishing. So that ability is pretty much out the window when you're talking about the Swampeyes. Just wanted to show this in the event of a controller failure. Remember, this is the heart and soul of the bow fishing lighting system. So without the controller, you're in pretty much deep trouble. So what happens if the controller fails on the Swampeye? So here's the controller right here. So what happens if this controller fails? And it gets disconnected and fails. Lights out. If you don't have a backup, you're going home because you got no light. Now what happens in the event of a failure with efficiency? So we've gone to great lengths to give you great reliability with efficiency, and we've thought about this too. So what happens in the event of a failure? You still got light. No controller at all hooked to this efficiency lighting system at all. Nothing hooked to it. And it goes to the middle color, and you can finish shooting. You can finish out your tournament and deal with it later. Or if you have a backup controller, you simply connect it and you're back up in business again. So again, what happens if you cut the cord on this thing? It goes to the middle color and you can finish shooting. Swampeye, you're going home.
That sucks.
So I'm just showing a wattage draw on the Swampeye light bar right now. So I've got a DC power supply right there, 12 volts, and I've got the power hooked up here going over to the light. See it over there. And then I've got the controller up top here. So the AC side is actually going through the P3 kilowatt meter and all the way back here, and it's running off of this Honda generator here. So I've got its own power source, 12 volts going in to the P3, and we're drawing about 115 watts. Alright, so now I've got the efficiency light hooked up, just one, coming out of the same DC power supply at 12 volts. See there, and got the controller here, and then we've got one cord that comes out over to the light, which is right there. And so light is in the middle color, full blast. See, turn the system off, turn the system on. So the system is on, full blast. And we're pulling about 65 watts for one efficiency full blast. So as you can see, it's relatively large, takes up a lot of real estate. I couldn't even fit this on my boat up here anywhere because it's so wide. So as far as how I mounted it, I kind of got it, you know, I see a lot of guys with them mounted kind of aiming downward a little bit. So that's basically the indexed position that I kind of thought was good. So you can see it's flush the deck there, and look at the light. You can kind of see the angle. Trying to give this light the best shot that it has to perform as good as it possibly can. So I got the efficiency mounted over here. on the other side, and I've just got a clamp holding it up against that rail there directly opposite the Swampeye light bar, and so I've just got it positioned like that. As you can see, you know, it's pretty easy to squeeze these lights in just about anywhere you want, just because they're so much smaller. But anyway, just trying to be as fair as possible. You can see the other light on the other side there. It's almost exactly on the other side, within probably half an inch or so, as far as location on the boat, port side versus starboard. None of the other lights in the test, again, on the boat will be at play except this light here and the Swampeye on the other side. No other lights will be on.
Is there audio on that? That little light, I'd slow it down. Your rotation, slow it down a little. You could bring it in a little closer. Put it back, put it more in line with the pier.
Thing is blinding. So both lights are in the full warm amber color. The lowest, warmest setting. Swampeye light bar Gen 2 on the left, 120 watts in this picture right here, and 65 watt efficiency on the right in this picture here. You can see how much farther ahead the light reaches.
You got bug repellent on efficiencies, do you?
Yeah, that's next. So you can see the difference here. Swampeye light bar right here. Gen 2, warmest setting. And efficiency on the left now. So here is the high white on both lights. We've got the efficiency on the right side, which is 4,000 Kelvin. And then we've got the Swampeye light bar on the left, which is a much higher Kelvin, naturally going to make more lumens per watt. But this is basically the brightest that light will ever get. And you can see the difference over here versus over here. I'm gonna move the boat out and do a spin. Blinding.
You got a wind from your right to the left, by the way.
You can see the light on the efficiency side is coming way back. Let's bring it back again here. So they see them from a distance. So here it is, efficiency on the left side and Swampeye light bar, 120 watts on the right. Wow, what a difference. You got a 2-foot wide light bar that draws 120 watts versus an 8-inch efficiency that draws 65 watts right here. We'll go back again here. We'll go slow. This is a good shot here. You can see very clearly the two lights and how they perform. So you can see there's a dead spot right next to the boat on the right. That's the Swampeye, and at the back of the boat. On the left side, which is efficiency, you've got light straight down alongside the boat and all the way back. Good coverage there. It's probably, gosh, I would say it's twice the coverage. So here we are with the comparison test on the water with the efficiency, 65 watt efficiency versus the Outrigger Outdoors Swampeye light bar Gen 2. So this side on the left here, which is what you're seeing now, is the 65 watt efficiency light in the warmest color that it makes. You can see the pattern here. It goes pretty far straight out off the front of the boat there and comes out and curves around. We've got the light going straight down alongside the boat as well, and light headed towards the back of the boat as well. Now I'll pan over to the Outrigger Outdoor light bar, and here's what you got over here. You don't have much light going off the front of the boat at all, so it's basically all dead out there. So you can see the rail here. It gets dark pretty quick looking toward the left of the light, and then toward the back of the light here, it also got it gets dark pretty quickly, and straight down obviously there's pretty much dead spot right next to the boat. You can see the light pattern there.
Panning left to right, you can see how that efficiency reaches back way further.
So now I'm going to go to the back of the boat. Alright, so here I am now on the back of the boat, doing a comparison on the water with the efficiency, 65 watt efficiency in the warmest color on the left side. And that's this side right now, what you're seeing here. And you can see there's light coming pretty much in the video. You can see it coming almost straight back to this bracket here, toward the back of the boat by the seat, going straight out. all along the side of the boat here, all the way up and out. I'll pan over to the other side. We got nothing but darkness back here. Here's the seat on the other side. Got the bracket here on this side. You can't even see back here at all because there's no light. You don't start getting light until about the middle of the boat or further up even. So again, here's the light bar Gen 2, Swampeye light bar Gen 2, and here's efficiency. Swampeye light bar Gen 2, efficiency. 65 watts, 120 watts. 65 watts, 120 watts. Dead spots all over the side of the boat, all the way back and up toward the front of the boat. So again, that explains why boats that have these lights on them have to have them one right after another, because if you don't, you're going to have dead spots. So I would say I've got twice as much coverage at least with the efficiency, the 65 watt efficiency, easily. Twice the coverage, and it's better color as well. This is more of a yellowish color. It doesn't make that deep amber color like the efficiency does. That's as warm as it gets. So that's what it looks like from the back of the boat here. Got probably, like I said, twice the coverage.